This happened in 2021 in Phoenix. I was working late and didn't want to deal with the buses, so I ordered an Uber. Normal driver, decent rating, showed up in a gray Honda Civic. His name was Malik. The thing is, I'm not sure he ever started the ride. I got in and he smiled, didn't say much, just nodded and started driving. No GPS, no pickup confirmation, no start trip sound. But I was tired and didn't think much of it at first. Just figured maybe he was one of those old school drivers who knows the city. We drove in silence for a while, longer than I expected. I looked out the window and realized I didn't recognize anything. And I've lived here for 6 years. I pulled up the app. It still said, waiting for driver to begin trip. I asked, "Hey, where are we going?" He didn't answer, just kept driving, smiling, not looking at me, not at the road either, just smiling. Then I noticed something on the rearview mirror. It wasn't my reflection. It was someone else in the back seat, pale, motionless, eyes open too wide, and the smile, it was the same smile as the driver's. I looked beside me, still empty, but the mirror. I started screaming, told him to pull over, threatened to call the cops. He finally stopped the car, slowly like he was savoring it. I flung the door open, ran, didn't even look back. When I finally reported it, Uber said that no one by that name had ever driven in my area. The license plate I gave them didn't exist. This was in upstate New York, last December. I was leaving a friend's place around 2 a.m., ordered an Uber, got picked up by a guy in a black Jeep Cherokee. Friendly enough, if a little quiet. About 10 minutes into the ride, at a red light, I heard something, a thump. Then again, louder. Thump. Thump, thump. I asked the driver, "Do you hear that?" He paused, then gave this awkward chuckle and said, "Probably just the spare tire shifting," but he didn't make eye contact. I wasn't convinced. The noise came again. 3 thumps. Faster this time. I texted my friend my location, just in case. As I was typing, the driver looked in the rear view and said quietly, "Don't worry. She doesn't usually make it this far." I froze, my fingers went numb. "What did you say?" I asked. He didn't answer, just turned up the radio, loud. The rest of the ride was dead silent. When we got to my apartment, I bolted, reported everything. Uber promised they'd investigate, but I never got a follow-up. 3 days later, I saw a news story. A body had been found in the trunk of an abandoned SUV 2 towns over. The car? A black Jeep Cherokee. This one messed me up the most. I was visiting family in Chicago. Ordered an Uber to my cousin's place somewhere in Logan Square. The guy who picked me up looked completely normal. Hoodie, beard, polite. But something was off right away. He said my name as I got in. But not just my first name, my full name, middle included. Then he asked, "How was your shift today?" I heard things got intense at the hospital. I froze. I never told the app I was a nurse. He kept talking, details about my job, my apartment, even the name of my childhood dog. Things you don't just guess. I asked, "How do you know all that?" He said, smiling, "Because I've been in your passenger seat before. You just didn't see me." I opened the door while the car was still moving and threw myself onto the street. I broke my wrist in the fall, but I didn't care. Uber support said the trip was never logged. There's no record of it, not on my account, not on his. They said maybe I got into the wrong car, but I've been checking my doors every night since, because sometimes when I park and sit in silence for just a second too long, I swear I hear breathing from the back seat. If you've ever had a rideshare experience that felt wrong, tell us in the comments below. Just make sure to double-check your mirrors before you do.